And we're live. Members of the culture, I'm Rob, and you are here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody, to a surprise episode of the greatest podcast nobody knows about yet, Catch the Fade podcast. And today, catching a fade with me will be a special guest, the one and only brother from another mother, Big Marcus.
What's up, man? It is an honor to be here in your nerd cave that is 1,000% more organized than mine. As I've told you, the amalgamation of loose comics and figures has almost sent me to the Rainbow Bridge. Well, my amalgamation of loose comic figures has almost sent me to the Rainbow Bridge, the Great Beyond, Upper Room. I've almost become one with the nation sometimes. I'll see a random box in the corner of my eye and grab it and hold on for dear life. And I'll be like, aha, cruel fate. I have beaten you once again.
I told y'all this was going to be an episode you didn't want to believe me. But I told y'all, you never know who's going to show up to the culture cave. You never know at any point. But all I can tell you is I promise you, and my man Big Marcus here is a wrestling fan, much like me. You guys know I talk about it. He said there's nothing certain for Sting except nothing's for certain. So I always tell you guys, I can't tell you who will stop by. The only thing I can promise you is it'll always be entertaining. We keep it 100 at all times.
Man, I have at the big age of 49, that is pretty much the goal. I'll be like, I may not be the most sane, but I am entertaining. So it's like, print some tickets, pull up a chair and get to witness my mania in real time.
You guys are in for a wild ride. You just
I don't know if it's gonna be a wild ride, but I'm just humor is a coping mechanism because I was a black nerd in the 80s and 90s. It kind of wasn't safe. Caught a lot of beat downs. They're like, what? I just talked a little too long about the mythos of Transformers. They were like, okay, this is what they real. Idiot. And I'm like, no, I was just marveling on the plot points.
Something tells me my stomach is gonna hurt. I'm gonna try to get through. We discussed a bunch of topics prior. So thank you all so much for joining me, whether you're joining me on YouTube, whether you're joining me on Facebook, sharing the internet. As always, I thank you. And now I feel weird because I always say thank you for listening to a bald guy on the internet, but now you're gonna be listening to two bald guys on the internet. So I really appreciate that.
You just a little more committed to shaving. I be letting it go sometimes. I'm gonna probably shave like tonight. Because I also act in my spare time. I think I got to film something next week. So,
bald is a lifestyle.
It is. I'll be a little straddling the fence, man. I gotta get me a nice little shaver or something.
The Groomy Baldy Pro, I recommend it. I'm not sponsored by them, but Groomy Baldy Pro, if you're listening, I'll let your boy. I do use the Groomy Baldy Pro.
Okay, I might have to.
It's an amazing product. Takes good care of you.
I might have to deal with you.
Keeps that dome just ready at all times. It's perfect. So I'm gonna ask you, to those of you that watched yesterday, we had my man JB, Big Joe, come through here.
And, that is a nice young man.
Yes, he is.
And I only say that because, again, I'm 49 and he's still in his 20s. I ain't trying to little boy him or nothing like that. But
he's old.
Legit pleasant to be around, and I appreciate people who are pleasant to be around. And I love his enthusiasm for toys, and we also talk about hip hop, different things. Good dude.
That's just my man Joseph Baker. If you're watching, man, thank you again so much for stopping by the Culture Cave and being on the podcast. It was a wonderful time. And like I said, we got to do it again. he is an old soul. He's wise beyond his young
I know,
years.
definitely.
One thing about him that's it's there, and he understands the culture. He's married to this just as much as we are. As I'm committed to all of these figures right here. It's a lifestyle. So again, I made this point yesterday. Um, any ladies out there that made that or do agree with that? If you were somebody they surveyed that said, "Hey, the most unattractive hobby is men that collect things," and then second, men that have, that play video games. Hey, I'm not your man. JB's not your man. We are not the droids you're looking for. Right, 100%. And I'm not judging you. By all means, you have a right to go see whatever man you want. Just know that it's not me, because I'm gonna choose at any time what brings me peace. Now, if you bring peace, then guess what? You can be a part of the team with these action figures. They bring me peace. But if you're not here to bring peace, that's what they do. When I have to worry about MLG and W and everything else over the sun, and I can come in here and just chill and take time down and just look at these figures, maybe I rearrange something, or remember that each figure tells a story. When did I get that? Why did I get that? How did I get that? It's different. It's different. I'm sure everybody knows that's how collecting is.
Well, I'm blessed to have an amazing, beautiful woman who's literally in the other room, like studying, and she's working on her third master's. That's how we roll on Team Seabeard. We are smarty arts.
Shout out to Mrs. Seabeard.
Yeah. So and I know it's time she'll go to a nearby school and she gets burnt out. I'm like, oh, I know you're gonna be here for you go to this school. I'm like, thank you, I love you, bye. And but sometimes I show her my toys and she's like, oh, this is so. And there are certain characters she knows, and of course, like, I'm a wrestling collector too, and she's watching wrestling. Oh, so like, she'll see a figure of someone and she's like, oh, so that's like a young Rock figure, because I bought the little 4-pack that had like a Rocky Maivia in it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was like Hogan, like an 80s style Hogan, Rocky Maivia, Big Time Bix, and like a Stone Cold. So she'll be aware of some people I show, and I will about the women wrestlers that I think are cool, and she likes them. Now, where we disagree is the Bella. She was a member of the Bella Army.
Okay, Team Bella.
I never been that guy. Like, even now, man. Oh boy, Nikki Bella's IC match against Becky Lynch. I was like, girl, go home. You. This ain't really where you need to be right now. Like, I like you. You still good. You still cute though. But nah, baby, you that ain't it, you girl, go home.
Nikki Bella, if you're listening, the opinions of Marcus C. Berry, of those of Marcus C. Berry, alone, and do not represent those of Great Raw Incorporated and its media subsidiaries.
I mean, I like her better in the ring than Brie. Like, I've never cared for Brie in the ring, but it's like Nikki started dating John Cena, and he like taught her a few things, and I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
But now, boy, you see all the ring rust. I'm just like, baby, why? But
when his tickets get canceled to WrestleMania, he'll understand why that is.
Hey, man,
don't cancel me on the podcast.
But
like cancel me.
I am not sponsored by anyone. I am just a fan with an opinion. So but my wife was big on them. We used to watch Total Divas. And she's even like listened to the Bella's podcast, but I was just like, nah, man. I'd be like, baby, you don't understand. Like, I don't want that era back. Like, I was like a God bless Sarah Del Rey, aka Sarah Amato or whatever. Like once she went to the PC, these girls started getting right. And I mean right in the ring. Right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about their look, they started learning with the scrap. And I was like, yes, like the 4 Horsewomen and all that. Yeah. And I was like, I do not want to return to The days of
The
yesterday.
Diva, yeah, the Divas
Yeah.
era.
So that's like our big like this. Oh, and also he has a thing for the bunny of all freaking wrestling characters. Yes, Adam Rose's mascot, the bunny. She thought the bunny was, and I'd be like, ma'am, you literally know who that is. You know that's Justin Gabriel. Like you've seen pictures of the guy in the suit. Like, come on, like.
Oh wow.
But she.
Hey, like what you like. I've always said that on
You're right.
this
You're right.
program.
I should not yuck my wife young, but I feel like there's a piece of her heart that's holding out for a bunny revival at some point. And I'm like,
I hope it don't happen.
yeah, I don't really do that in my life. But sir, I am rambling.
So those of you that are here again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And we are gonna now begin the actual process of catching the fade. Those of you that we're talking about, if we say something about Hasbro you don't like, I'll go ahead and say I apologize ahead of time. Falling, you guys know I'm not sponsored. We keep it real 100% here, no matter what happens. So if the shoe fits, wear it. But we try not to hurt anybody's feelings or step on anyone's toes intentionally. You just have to tell the truth here. So with that being said, it is now time to catch a fade. All right. So now we're gonna put him on the I don't say the clock, but we'll put him on there with some of the questions that I asked Joe. You're a member of a group, Mid-South Toy Collectors, Mid-South Toy Hunters. So shout out any of those people that are watching, Mid-South Toy Hunters, Mid-South Toy Collectors. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you at Michael Chuning's party. Big up, Michael Chuning.
Yeah.
See you on the 29th.
Yeah, big up to the good brother, Michael.
Big up to the good brother, Michael Chuning. I'm shouting you out. I promise you, I'll see you on the 29th of this month. I think it's 28th. I'll see you on the 28th of this month. I will certainly be there. It's always a good time at those at our get-togethers. You guys miss it. Epic. You know, it's Big Michael Chuning that taught me, the good brother. He taught me about scotch. Man, that scotch, I can't think of the brand of it, but I know he's got it. Get that scotch ready. I want some more of that scotch. Shout out again to Michael Chuning, to Mid-South Toy Hunters, Mid-South Toy Collectors, and all the toy hunters and collectors out there around the world. Anyone that's watching this, if you collect die-cast cars, Funko Pops, Hasbro, McFarlane, Storm, Jada, whatever it may be, Super 7 NECA, we're all in this culture together. So thank you for being here. Thank you for collecting, because we're all one big family, right? So I will ask you, sir, why is it that you collect? Hard-hitting question.
No, it's an outgrowth of just my general thing. Like you know, I tell people, this isn't an act. You know, the glasses are real. I came out the womb just being inquisitive and reading, and like at a young age, my family moved from North Memphis to Fayette County, and I just did not fit in there. So like, also, and this is gonna sound silly, but I was way more oriented on a lot of my peers. I know that sounds, but I promise you it's the truth.
Right.
And I just clung to like the comics, you know, like Superpowers storyline was out there.
Okay.
And then I remember on the back, because they had like a mini comic,
Right.
on the back was a subscription on it.
Okay.
And I was like, Batman and the Outsider. That sound cool. So I started subscribing to this one. So I'm subscribing to Batman and the Outsider.
Right.
First, I'm like really keeping up with the comic like every month, because it's coming to my home every month. So I got that. I got the Superpowers stores. I'm watching Super Friends. Transformers came out. Big my mom for Transformers. Gotta have Optimus Prime, because the G1 OG Optimus Prime was just it for me. And like my parents had them on layaway from where it was like, you know, they paying them off.
Right.
And, you know, I finally get them, and it was just a great feeling. And like, I never wanted to stop collecting. My mom, God bless her, is an amazing woman, but she kind of shamed me into stopping collecting, because it was Christmas '89. Toy Biz, I think, had first put out some DC toys, like the Batman movies. They had like the LA type figures.
Yeah.
Man, I hadn't had no Justice League type figures since Superpowers.
Right.
I wanted it, but now I'm 13.
Okay.
My mom also was like, because I said I wanted a leather jacket, which I didn't get into like college, but
Okay.
she was like, leather jackets and toys don't mix. So I was shamed at this point, and I had to let them go. And like, oh man, and then so now I'm like, just on the sidelines doing like the Toy Biz Marvel era.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Even like in college, man, I had free working in Toys R Us, and they come on with all these big giant figures and Thanos and Weapon X and Deadpool, and I'm just like, oh, well, I'm broke, so I can't do that. And it was like, it was around 2000. So shout out to Comics and Collectibles. Cause like I still go to that store. I love that store. And like, I had my little pull list. And I was like, well, let me find for it. I mean. And so like, at first it was real like black thing.
Yeah.
Like black superheroes, black wrestlers. And I'll make exceptions with like the superheroes that I made exceptions for were like Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Right.
And then like I guess my non-black exceptions among wrestlers were like old school guys, like my Ric Flair and like other little sections. So get like Jerry Lawler here, Vader here, and this and that, and my Hulk Hogan, because I was a Hulkamaniac until the race was like it hurt my heart, man. That's what it's like a little micro size hole in my heart where my Hulk Hogan love was.
Right.
So like, I'm slowly getting back into it, but I kept having to have stop and start because like toys became a second and also like experiences in life.
Right, like be life.
And, I got in a relationship with a beautiful woman,
right?
And I married this woman,
right?
And like, I get a black figure here and there. And like the pandemic,
2020. Yeah.
I'm looking around my head.
Okay.
And I'm like, I was all about getting black figures. Then I started thinking about all the characters I love, and I didn't have the definitive version. Like I didn't have a definitive Superman. I didn't have a definitive Batman.
Yeah.
In my heart, I felt like that wasn't right. So I get this is Tom McFarlane with the DC license.
Yeah.
I get the animated series Batman,
right?
The animated series Superman,
yeah.
And I get like Action Comics 1000 Superman,
okay.
Captain Comics 1000 Batman,
right?
I'm like, okay, nice. What are the words of Batman? And also, I'm like still getting Marvel Legends at this time too. Most of the black characters, like then I started branching out. Marvel Legends started coming with randos, like Frogman and stuff like that. And like, I read comics, like I read comics with this random ass character. I was like, I gotta have a Frogman figure. I need it in my life. And so I'm getting these randos and stuff from Marvel Legends. And then I chilled on DC for a minute after I got those Superman and Batman, because that was my main goal with DC.
Okay.
And I was like, man, McFarlane ain't gotta make some more randos. Then when I was trying to meet people like Michael Chun and other folks, and I'm in Mid-South Toy Collective, Mid-South Toy Hunters on Facebook.
Right.
And I'm just getting all these cool figures. And also see, in October 2020, I had lost my job for 16 years. Like, budget cuts, COVID related budget cuts, I'm working for a university, and if people are not enrolling, and they were just like, all right, we're gonna do, voluntary service. A lot of folks are like, man, I'm out this stress. I was like, nah, let me go and ride this out. Then they with the involuntary. And so I had to chill for a minute because, like, I kept seeing like cool, was falling towards cool Marvel Legends. And I got a job again. I like snag like that. Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I had my little joint with the Batman and Superman. And I started getting these randos. And then, like, once I kind of saw y'all and then met people like, Dez Bull, the Toy Father,
Shout out Dez Bull,
shout
Toy
out
Father.
Dez Bull. Like, yo, you the real MVP, dude.
Yes.
Like, he scouring these stores, letting us know what's there, man. And like, I'm in it now, man. And then, over time, I'm starting to get, make more money. So, I'm like, well, let me go on, do this and that. Because, like, mainly, it's superhero and wrestling. But, like, I got, I get a little Master Universe, and sometimes some Thundercats, Transformers here and there. And also, it is pop culture, too. Like, I bought Elvira. I remember watching her when I was little.
I did, too.
I had to get a Beetlejuice or something.
Right.
I had to go and get that. I've got some of the... I'm not a big horror person, but I've got some of, like, the good guy Toonie Terrors, like Ash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, let me go and get a... I mean, to me, that's basically a Bruce Campbell figure. I'm like, let me get this, Ash, Toonie Terror, and that was another, like, Teen Wolf. Like, I had to get stuff like that. So like, it's really like an overflow of just all the nerdy things I love. And like, I like, representing. Cause like, I had a heavy Funko. But I was trying
Pop.
Yeah. Pop, like, I was trying to be a little cheaper. But then, like, I had to be real with myself. Like, once I got the money, I was like, if there's a 6-inch version of the character, I'd rather have that
than the Pop. Which I get.
But
no disrespect to Funko Pop.
Yeah. Cause like, I still mess with the musical acts. Like, I bought like the TLCs individually.
The Pops?
Yeah, Pops.
Okay.
And I got like, it's different. And like the filmmakers, like, I got like Spike Lee, Jordan Peele. And, I got like Snoop Dogg.
Okay, the pop culture related Funko Pops.
Yeah. Venus Williams.
Shout out Venus Williams.
Yeah. And like, but also on the pop culture way, shout out Little People, man.
Oh yeah,
they've been making some. I got Salt and Pepper dressed like they are in the Pushy video.
I've heard about Little People.
I had to get this, and I used to watch Breaking Bad. They made a freaking Breaking Bad thing.
I didn't know that. I may have to check out. I've seen Little People.
People looked at me crazy when I posted the Breaking Bad shit. One dude literally said, "If anybody other than you would have posted this, I wouldn't have believed." I'm like, dude, I saw this at TJ Maxx, which I did, and I copied from a TJ Maxx.
Shout out Little People.
Yeah, man. I was like
the toys. I've seen them. Don't know a whole lot about them, but
I never got any. But like, you gonna do Breaking Bad and Salt and Pepper?
Wow,
dude, I was like 11 when Salt and Pepper dropped, man. We're like, push it and all that stuff, man. Like that was my childhood, man. I was like, I think I saw that like a Burning. I was like, yeah, let's. And like, I've been eyeing this Power Ranger set. And there's like
Little People.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there's like a Little People Superman set.
Okay.
Like, it has like the long hair, like just resurrected Superman in the set, and I'm just like, yeah, I think that might be coming home. So.
Got some plans. So see, he's been fortunate enough that I let him continue to go, because actually, folks, he was answering the questions before I got to answer them, and that's the best kind of interview ever.
Oh, sorry.
No, nothing so positive. Where you answered some of the questions. I still have some. Oh, I still got a hard hit one. Don't worry.
I was gonna say I can be a bit expositive. that is a fancy way of saying talkative. I am talkative.
That's a good thing. Most collectors, a lot of them are. And this one I'm gonna see because everybody answers this question differently. If you right now were to talk to, because you are hypothetically talking to people out here who may not know, obviously, what would be, if you're talking to a new collector or somebody's thinking about getting into this hobby, what would be 3 things you would tell that person?
Make sure you got space, and I mean like shelving, or don't be like I'm wondering people putting their figures on top of bookshelves. That is terrible. I should be better. Don't go to IKEA, man. Get you some detox.
I got to get some detox myself. I like what I have, but yeah, it works for me.
I don't do it, but again, my nerd cave is always under construction, and again has almost taken me out this world a few times. You don't want to live like that, okay? like let me be the cautionary tale on this. Get you some shelving. So that's number one.
Get some space and shelving.
And two, like, man, I'm a follow your heart. Like, I remember everybody was getting the long-haired Black Widow in the black uniform.
Marvel letters at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. And I had her in my hand.
It was hard to get.
But you know what? It was long. So I put it back. And this time I felt like a fool, right? But then, the widow that I was hype on was the short-haired one in the gray outfit. Because around the time I started getting serious about Marvel Comics, that was her look in the Marvel Comics.
Okay.
And so I wound up ordering that one off like Walmart or Target online. And you know, initially there was a regret because you know you had that FOMO.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, but like honestly, that's the one I really want. That's the one that speaks to me. Right?
Right.
And well, I say that. And then like and 3, be careful, because ooh boy, I would go to some cons, boy, and I would just be caught up in the lights. It's a few times I done tried to run some stuff in the house past my wife, and she's like, hold on. I remember, man, it was a Memphis Comic Expo, which is coming up this weekend.
Okay.
Man, I abused my Polo credit card. I was just like, this. And then at the very end, I'm trying to leave. This guy does not want to bring home. He had remember those Imaginext Power Ranger sets?
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah. He had a dragon sword. I don't have nothing else on this damn set. But the guy came by saying about a one. He like, Lord of Prayer. I'm like, nah, man, I gotta go. But then I turned right back around. I said, so it's still for that whatever price you just said? I was like, yeah. Man, I tried to sneak that one in the crib. Man, my wife was like, what is it? I'm like, hey, I got it on a deal before you start. You know, and like, and I'm a sucker for what impulse buy, especially if it's nostalgia. Like there's one I bought, I low-key almost instantly regretted, like recently. It was an Inspector Gadget based on the Matthew Broderick movie.
Okay.
And it looks cool, but like I've never seen that movie.
Nor have I.
I just bought it because it was Inspector Gadget, and now I've been looking on like Hot Topic of all places, and I see a more like cartoon style Inspector Gadget. I'm like, oh, yeah. But then I'm like, wait, It's Matthew Broderick looking at this together. It is a conversation.
Okay, you gotta have some of those.
Yeah. But I'd be like, and I mean, it was just 15. But like, I didn't break the bank for it. Sometimes I like mentally like want to like chastise myself, like, be a little smarter, Marcus. But like, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, man. Like I said, I will come with stuff like, I'll go to places like a moment in time or something like this and see some old and random, and I just be like, man, like I bought like some of them Power Rangers McDonald's toys. Like again, I wasn't gonna go to McDonald's when I was like 19.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had a little bit of pride.
Right.
Although this year, your boy definitely did that for his wife. She's a Hello Kitty fan.
Okay.
And them Hello Kitty X Ninja Turtles. And I bought her Happy Meal, but it wasn't a toy she wanted. She was Super Bowl. Came back in as they had one of the actual ones that was actually Hello Kitty. They switched it. Okay. And I was like, okay, wife, look at you being a assertive collector.
Made it happen. See? Look, so y'all learned so much here on the show. It's weird that I have these questions to ask people, and yet they're questions I thought of, right? But they're things, and of course you can go. I'm gonna be shameless to say to go back and check the videos. Go to the YouTube channel. I got plenty of videos on there. You can go back and look at things I wish I knew when I started collecting. So that's how the basis of that question came about. Because if I could go back down, when I first started collecting, I didn't really think it was collecting. I just bought some stuff that I liked, and then I just bought some more stuff that I liked. And then when I figured out the third time that I had done this, whether they say 2 times the trend, 3 times the pattern, maybe 2 times the pattern, 3 times the trend, or however they say it.
Yeah.
At this point, after the third time, I knew then that I wasn't just doing it, I was actively doing it because I liked doing it. I liked having these things, right? And then I kept doing it, and I said, well, you know what? At the time, back then, we didn't even call it collecting. You just bought stuff, right? But it wasn't the movement. It wasn't the culture. It wasn't what it is right now. It wasn't something, to your point, that was just, I wouldn't say it was shamed by everybody, but by a lot of people it was shamed. And then or to be honest with you, I'm not ashamed of it. Some of my friends may or may not be watching at the time. They know I had figures on the wall back 30 years ago. And I had them, and they were just like, bro, why do you have all these figures on the wall, man? Because I had them on the wall with thumbtacks, and I had like the cards because I had the Street Fighter figures and all of them, and I had them, and I hooked them. I had them all on the wall, all across the top of the ceiling. So people were like, "Man, it's just a weird friend." That's how they looked at it, right?
Here's the funny part,
and it didn't bother me.
I remember me and two more friends. We clowned my one friend who bought a Voltron set.
Okay.
Because I guess we were like, bro, you bought a Voltron. We out here like. But also, it was more of financially, we ain't just rolling right now,
Right.
And you got a little ditch you might want to deal with. But it's like, dang, I bought a Voltron, if not this year, then last year,
Okay.
So, it's just funny how, let's see, I was
it all comes full circle.
Yeah, because I was 23.
It all comes full circle.
Now 48, now 49. I'm finally about me another Voltron, because I just needed a small Voltron to I assume one day it'll be on the again, organize the
man cave before it takes him to the rainbow.
Man, sir, it'd be crazy, dog. It'd be like lifestyle flash. And I'm like, oh, no. Then I see a random box, and I'm like,
And what are we calling these? Like what people say, some people say third world problems, rich people problems. These are collective problems. So collectors have this whole set of issues, and we've all done it.
But it's self-imposed. Like I said, I don't have proper.
If I could, start. My big thing is you got to start somewhere. Like that's one of the best things I could tell anybody if they were starting out in this hobby would be you got to start somewhere. So I love these Sterilite shells. They work really good for what I'm doing. They don't match a detolf. I do want to have a detolf, by the way. That is nice, and that's fancy IKEA speak for those of you that don't know. That's what a detolf is. It looks nice, especially when it's well lit. Awesome, right? I started out with plastic shelving, and it just worked. I've had different variations of shelves, and remember, I always tell you to do what works for you, what you like, what works. And the detolf is awesome. They are thinner. I guess obviously sometimes you can get them wider or bigger. They're going to cost more money, but you could do that. And I don't know how to describe my setup here. I don't know if you call it everyman. I don't know what, but it works. But I started somewhere. So I tell people you have to start somewhere. A big tip I tell people that will start is understand that I'm not even going to tell you it's not a marathon. It's not a sprint. Collecting is a never-ending race. Now you have to pace yourself during this race. Sometimes it is a marathon for you. Sometimes you are sprinting when it comes to getting certain things in your collection and adding it. But it is a race that you will never end. Like when people tell you that, if we could go today, I'll give you a prime example. This morning, I was looking on, I was just thinking to myself, I said, man, I'm so glad those Sentinels by Hasbro got pushed back to December. Because you're sitting there trying to think in your head, man, I'll get this figure. And I'm like, okay, we're in a good place. And all of a sudden on my Facebook feed, and Michael Tuning, you're responsible for this. It's your fault. I read where there's the X-Men 97, that leak, not a leak, but that reveal, where they had Beast and all that out.
Oh, yeah, I want that.
And he says, I'm definitely pre-ordering this. So when you sit up here and you say that, it immediately makes you think. I'm looking, and I'm like, do I press add to cart? You're so sitting there thinking.
It's funny because
I did press add to cart on Beast because I thought he looked cool. Because I don't have a Beast figure. There's a Beast figure out right now. If you want to pay $100 or more, I'm sure you can get it.
See, I had this. I think Michael Tuning sold me his Marvel collecting. I really wanted the Marvel Legends because it was
little white like the coat.
Yeah, but that's like
$100+.
Yeah, I cannot. Man, it's funny, dude. I woke up in the middle of the night because I had this issue, man. Like one or two of my little standby, really 3 of my standby phone chargers all got janky around the same time. And I was like, cruel. I was like, cruel fate. But so I'm stressed, I'm laying and I'm like, man, that thing ain't catching no charge. My little phone. And I picked up and I'm jimmying and trying to force it. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let me look on my phone. Go to my email. Freaking Ringside Collectibles sent me an email, man.
They get you. That's how
dude, there's like an all-out special. Man,
that House of Black. Every time I see it, I think about it. I want that.
Okay, but dude, they have the AEW Jay Lethal Black Machismo figure.
Oh wow!
For $16.99. But also, they had the Jericho housing for $7.99.
Okay.
I put those in my cart. I was about to do it. Then I had to catch myself. I was like, no, Mark. You promised yourself that you would go on and buy your wife's Christmas present. Because a Christmas present, I ain't put out a business out there, but it's a little pricey.
Gotcha.
So I was like, nah, man. Let's handle this first. Because I can also get the Black Machismo Jet Lethal off like Target.com for like a little bit more.
Right.
Not enough that it's gonna hurt me.
Gotcha.
So, and I had never really wanted Jericho housing, but it was $7.99. So, so I was like, no. Let's go and take these out the card. Let's go here and buy this gift for this amazing woman who means everything to you. I was like, no. So yeah, that was my little dilemma at like 1:30 a.m. yesterday. Cause I was like, ooh, Black Machismo Jay Lethal. Cause I bought the old Toy Biz TNA Black Machismo Jay Lethal.
Okay.
In like the trunk, back in the day.
Yeah, I know what that.
Because like again, buying black figures, I would buy those black TNA wrestling figures. I also still own, I believe, the first JD. And I still got them. But like yesterday, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, no.
Again, collector problems. Some of y'all out there may not watch this or may not understand. Collectors have a whole different set of problems. Now, I will say this. I did the same thing that Marcus did. I went back and forth. I said, man, you know what? I looked. I said, Beast. Man, I want a Beast. It's sitting there in the cart. I said, then I looked. I said, I don't want a Black Widow, and I do want to do an Avengers display. I was like, okay. And I looked. And I was like, I'm still not that worried about it. I already pre-ordered the X-Men 97 cable. I'd already done that a while back.
That's a nice one.
But I'm sitting here looking at this Beast. I'm just like, Beast. And I said, you know what? That is January 26 Ra's problem. That ain't your problem. Why are you taking on January 2026 Ra's problem? Man, if you don't hit that add to cart and checkout button. So I hit that add to cart and checkout button. I did do it. It didn't cost me anything until it ships. So January 2026 Ra, if you're watching this, September 2026 Ra, apologize. I mean 2025 Ra, apologize. I'm sorry.
And September 2025 Marcus Seabeard says, figure it out.
So I'm apologizing ahead of time to myself when I go back and watch this video, which I undoubtedly will do in January, and go, what was I thinking? I was like, you know what? I know for a fact because I've already looked on there. The what's the girl's name? Phoenix sold out, and somebody else, two of them, Pharaoh, both sold out.
Oh, the Rachel Summers Phoenix is sold out.
Sold out, right?
Pre-order.
So I looked on there and I said, this Beast, I know it's gonna sell out. And had a Beast figure that's affordable in quite some time. I said, let's go ahead and do it. So I did before. I don't know what it is right now. I just know this morning at 6 o'clock on Big Bad Toy Store, both of those other two were sold out. And let's be real. I've said this before. FOMO is a real thing. It affects all collectors. I don't care how much they have, how little they have. FOMO is a real thing. And FOMO is affected by the worst thing that if you could say, like when someone says I have something that agitates my condition, like if you have acid reflux and you eat too much garlic, that can trigger it and accelerate that condition. What accelerates FOMO for collectors is two words: sold out. So if we look and we see something else that we might have been thinking about, like, wait, Rachel Summers is already sold out on Big Bad Toy.
A quick query.
Pharaoh sold out. I was like, Beast is out of my head. I'm knowing Beast is next. And I'm like,
sir,
FOMO just said, if you don't push that button, I'll push it for you. So I just added the card, took care of it. That's my story. FOMO's real. But now I'm going to answer his question.
Yeah, I have a little quick query. Is she exclusive to anywhere?
I do not know if she's exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store or not. I know that's where everybody was talking about. I don't think she's exclusive.
Oh no. They don't do exclusive.
Marvel Legends. What was her name? Rachel Summers. And I'll Entertainment Earth. So no.
Okay.
New Meta. Who's shout out New Meta. Definitely. Okay. So you got some choices where you could go.
Oh, sir. That's the last OG Excalibur person I need. Because.
And for those of you that don't know, because I didn't know. I mean, I kind of know who Rachel Summers is, but that's who Rachel Summers is. I don't know if you can pull up where you can see. It's probably too much light in there, but it's Rachel Summers.
Yeah. Because I bought a Nightcrawler at somebody's yard sale. I think he's in one of the groups. Shout out to him. I had Captain Britain, but it wasn't like the way he was dressed at the beginning of Excalibur. So the Kingpin, Alan Collins had a set. Because I bought Megan in the green outfit from Michael Chuning's Stepper. And then I got Alan Collins again, the Kingpin, to split one of his sets, and I bought the Captain Britain in the outfit that I wanted recently, and Kitty Pryde's Shadow set.
Shout out Dan who reviews. Big fan of Captain Britain.
Yeah. So like, I had 4, and I wasn't even thinking like. I didn't even realize I was that close to having the OG lineup until I saw that Rachel Summers, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get that! I'm about to have the whole OG Excalibur lineup."
There it is, folks. You see it. You see it. He's got the Excalibur. Some of the stuff I don't know about. I mean, that's how
Excalibur was an offshoot of the X-Men, but they operated out of Britain. Great Britain. It was like
just learn something.
Captain Britain, who wasn't really a mutant, and Megan wasn't really a mutant, but like you also had Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, and Rachel Summers. All of them had been on the X-Men, but like Nightcrawler was in a coma for a minute, and like they had a big battle with the Marauders, and there was a storyline called Mutant Massacre, and like this dude named Scrambler had messed up Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde's powers, and she couldn't get solid. Like for a while, she was like a ghost, and like she couldn't even talk. But like she healed from that, and then they were somewhere else when they thought the X-Men had sacrificed themselves. This is like 80s Marvel comics, so they were like, "Well, we're here in England. We'll be the mutant team in England. We're Excalibur."
And there you have. See, you learn something.
I'm sorry. I know everybody like he is such a nerd. I am.
You gotta be who you are, folks. I've always told y'all on everything. No matter if you love comics, you love whatever it is, own what you're into, so nobody can use it against you. Shout out Izzy Gray. But definitely, you got to be who you are. Whatever it is you like, stand up. I've always said collectors take pride, right? If you like something, you like something. If you're in the comics, you're in the graphic novels, more power to you, because that's a lot of interesting stories. And that exposition I may not have ever had otherwise, since I was a big comic guy, dabble. When I was a kid, I read X-Men, Superman. I read that as a kid, but I hadn't read comics in quite some time. They were in my grandmother's attic. I don't know where they are now. I did
so many digital copies that I can share with you.
We'll handle that offline.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No. I mean, and I'm talking legal too, because like, boy, Global Comics is a jam. Like, they have a lot of indie comics have signed up. IDW, who I think they published the Turtle. Yeah. They are day and date on Global Comics. Like when it comes out in the store, they're on Global Comics. And starting this week, DC Comics is day and date on Global Comics.
Shout out to all of my comic people out there. You guys are important. I'm a figure guy, but hey, we're all part of the same culture, so I'm 100% committed in there. The moral of this that I want people to know was he gave you some great tips, right? Shelf space. I mean that's important. You got to start somewhere. One good place to start is to make sure you have shelf space. And I really back to that. I wish I had known at the time when I did it that this was a never-ending race. Big thing is to take your time. He mentioned that earlier. Take your time. This race doesn't end. Like what you just saw us talk about figures that are coming out in January of 2026. So we talked about. He and I also discussed my Dragon Man, which you know is our channel mascot, and we talk about Mephisto this next year. If you don't think that Hasbro Pulse is already on to whatever their next made to order item is, they're not going to tell us right now. But I promise you, once 2026, probably before 2026 rolls over, but definitely when 2026 gets here, they're going to, just like Dragon Man rolled into Mephisto. Mephisto's going to run into Sentinel. Mephisto's going to roll into something else. Now, what that is, I do not know, but I know Hasbro is going to continue this. They're not going to stop because it does work. And no, you cannot, but I'll say it again, I do not believe you can scalp something like that. No problem with resellers, but you guys know my issues are with the scalpers. But I don't have any issue with resellers. I don't think you can, as I told you the difference a million times between a scalper and a reseller. A reseller is going to buy some items, make some profit off of it. but may not buy and that's not looking to buy the entire stocks that you have to go to them and only them. Scalper is going to do that. And a scalper, I don't care if you're a scalper out here right now, you bought 100 Dragon Man and you're rolling around in them naked right now. I could care less. You know why? Because your 100 is your 100. But you didn't stop me from getting my channel mascot. You didn't stop this Dragon Man from arriving at this location. So that's why I said it's could you scalp an item like this? Yes, but no. You could scalp, but you couldn't stop a regular Joe from getting what they wanted. You're not gonna stop them from getting the Fisto or Sentinel, even though people are already losing their minds because they're trying to sell the pre-order of that online for $300. I think the Sentinel was $174. I think is what he was, 99, something like that. Somebody fact check that. But that's what he was. I just feel like, listen, if you want something, to his point, be responsible. Take your time. Know that this is a lifestyle that when I say you get into it, when you're into it, you're into it. It's like a marriage. I can't say you're there. You're not dating. It's not casual dating. It's not speed dating. It is a relationship because it is something that will be on your mind all the time because something is always coming out. Shout out to Clever's Multiverse, man. Clever said it. The biggest lie that collectors on a daily basis tell themselves is just this one and then I'm done. That's the biggest lie. And the crazy part is it's not something that we tell ourselves knowing it's a truth and it gets proven to be a lie. We know the minute we say it. It's a lie. And we tell ourselves, hey, I'm not getting another figure. This is gonna be it, or this wave. When I do this wave, I'm done. It's a lie because when you complete that wave, and a lot of times you're completing that wave and adding it to cart, the first thing you're thinking in your head is, all right, I got it, man. I got 2 more, and this wave is done. There's another Wolverine? And the first thing you think, how am I going to make this? At first, you say, oh, no, I'm done after this. And time goes on. And FOMO is allowed to creep in. And the more you think about it, you see pictures of it. And then what makes it worse, I hate to say it, fellow collectors. So if you're somebody that was on the fence, and I know people like this, I won't say your names because I promise not to protect. I promise to protect you. But there's a couple of you out there, you know who you are. We talked specifically about Dragon Man. I'm using him as an example. And you said, oh man, no, I ain't gonna get Dragon Man. And then what did we other collectors do? Every time you turned on YouTube, I got a Dragon Man this, Dragon Man that. And you saw him on eBay. You saw people talking about how his price was scalped and going up. You couldn't escape Dragon Man. He was everywhere. So we as other collectors, then what we do, we start reviewing it and we start telling you all the cool stuff we like about Dragon Man. Then you, the person that was on the fence, is like, man, it's FOMO. Now I've added to your FOMO, we as a group, and the first thing you do is go, 130? It's really not that bad. Let me go ahead and pull the trigger on it. And that's what happens. But I would say be smart about it. Know, like, if it's something that you can afford and it's going to bring you joy, bring you peace, you want it, do your research. If it's really a grail piece for you, go for it. For a lot of people, Dragon Man was, because I know that there'll be the OG toy bills when it's still close to $400. That was just something I would never have. This guy, I wanted him. He was a grail piece, and he was much less than $400. So I rolled the dice. I don't have another Green Hulk, as you guys know, other than my good friend, the Maximum Hulk, who is the least expensive Green Hulk. Now, Marcus is fortunate enough to own the Select Hulk.
Yeah.
Right? Which goes
found him randomly at like a con. And what do you say he goes for now?
He goes for over $100 online right now.
He was nowhere near that at this con. And I was like, oh, I finally got a Green Hulk. Eureka.
So he's got one. I want a Red Hulk.
But now, to slightly counterpoint what you were saying.
Okay.
Because a lot of my collecting is about character.
Okay.
I don't say stop, but I can have love.
Like, you have a break.
For example, that whole Marvel Knights line, all that horror stuff. Man, I ain't care about this. Like, I cared about none of it. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, well, I'll sit that way. I was like, I'll let you kiddies enjoy that. I want a Bloodstorm and all that crap or Lilith.
Okay.
I'm sorry, like peace to everybody who wanted them.
Dez, he don't mean it.
Nah, there's no I ain't no big horror dude.
He
I was
just
like,
bought him because he wanted to build.
I did want Blackheart though. So like I am hoping one day I'll run into like the build a bigger Blackheart. Same way I'm still one day in the near future I'm gonna have to go and pull the trigger on that build a bigger Warlock, man. Every time I see it I'll be like, but it's like $70-$80. I'm like, no, I can't. Because for disclosure, I think the most I've spent on one figure is 40. And that was for like the Japanese Spider-Man based on the super cheesy yet awesome like 70s basically tokusatsu Spider-Man live action show where he had like a robot, like a basically a giant robot that transformed. And I was like, I saw that at like the Bat Cave. It's like a local store. And I was like,
Shout out Batcave here, Batcave Treasures, Memphis. Bartlett, Tennessee.
Yeah, I was like, 40. I was like, Dios mío. And I was like, but it's Spider-Man, like Japanese Spider-Man. Like that's something that I always thought was cool because like I'm also a burgeoning, I guess, tokusatsu fan. I started out with Power Rangers. Now I'm watching like the actual Japanese shows that are on Tubi. And I'm watching like the live stream of the latest season of Kamen Rider. It like drops on YouTube like every weekend. So I was like, I had to. This is one that like bridged my superhero, action figure, and tokusatsu love. So I was like, had to go on spend that 40. But like, I haven't gone more than that on one figure, man. Like I envy y'all, man. Y'all be going for the gusto, man. And like you even showed me like a Hot Toys up here,
I have to just whistle, sometimes somebody says something and they're talking about you, not you directly, but you're part of the group, so you just stay quiet and just have to grin and bear it. Yes, I do have a Hot Toys. Shout out Hot Toys, and I also blame you, Michael Tuning, for that as well.
Oh boy!
So shout out to Michael Tuning.
He has the hottest of the Hot Toys.
And Mondo.
I think the last time I went over his house, I was like, man, I can't do it. I said, you are a Major League Baseball player. I am like, to like further the analogy, I'm like double A at this. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I'm like a minor leaguer, man. I'm like this is cool. And then, like I said, man, his artist, so because he is an artist, like he's an art teaching real life. Like, man, his dioramas make me not want to try. I'd be like, I am so uncandy and so like trash when it comes to visual art. The performance art I get busy. I want to.
That's okay. Don't get it twisted.
I am a 21-year veteran of the independent film.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it.
Put some respect on this man's name.
But like, I am trash when it comes to visual art. I be like, man, this diorama, everything, the way you got together, I'm like, it's so beautiful. I'm like, why would I try? I'll never be this amazing.
This guy sounds like an anime character.
I know.
Shout out anime.
I know.
Happy Mongoose.
And like you see the big giant tear on my.
Shout out Happy Mongoose, my man Adonis. Remington Staples. Shout out to Happy Mongoose. Shop with Happy Mongoose.
Oh yes. Like every time I see him at a ton.
Yes.
And also shout out to him because like there was a ton. I had bought a figure of Saint, X-Men character I love. He had a 12-inch figure. It was like a giveaway with Wizard or something.
Okay.
I bought it from this guy. Came to Happy Mongoose table. Somehow I left it. Man, I was crushed in the shit. Because I didn't know where I lived. I looked all around. I thought maybe it fell out of a bag or something. I was the saddest panda. I was the saddest panda in the zoo. But then, like,
I'm using that, by the way. I'm stealing that.
but then there was like a Mid-South Con, and I had already been backstage and bought some because, like, I do that because he's a homie. And this man, and I'm like, what? I'm like, that's my thing. I'm like, perchance, young man, how do you have? He was like, I think you left it at my table at another con. I was like, I did. Bless you, my child.
Shout out Remington
I
Staples.
was like, not all heroes wear capes.
Capes.
Boy.
There you have it. Shout out to Remington Staples. Happy Mongoose Toys. Please shop with the Mongoose folks, please. That goose, as he says. I know he's somewhere right now shaking because his birthday comes up on Sunday and he's trying not to open that Trafalgar, which I know he has, and I thought for sure he was gonna open it. So if you are there right now watching me, Remington Staples, don't you open that Trafalgar till Sunday. Put it down, get that blade out your hand, take the toy and put it back on the shelf and leave it alone, man. Don't touch it. All right. I know how hard it can be not to open something. Trust me, Kingpin, if you're watching, if I wasn't on here, I'd call you right now. You got me waiting to open this Iron Man and Omega Red, not Iron Man, excuse me, War Machine and Omega Red. I'm waiting to open that because of you. So you need to hurry up, man.
That's a good ass Omega Red. And I do not have an Omega Red. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the whole pack or I'm gonna try to find him loose on the internet. I don't know.
You never know. Find someone to split with it, and because this Gamerverse is here to stay. I said that in the video.
You think so?
I got proven right. I told people, I said this Gamerverse thing is not over with. They started and dabbled in it. They had Venom. They put a few figures out from the game. You had Venom. You had Miles Morales. You had the anti-Venom suit, the Black Cat. And I said these things are selling. They're not going to stop doing it. And lo and behold, some of the leaks that you've seen from 2026, the Gamerverse figures, you got that Punisher 2-pack that's coming. So I'm like that. They're not gonna stop. Like this is something that
but this wave is basically a Marvel Capcom homage.
But they because they can't use the Capcom license, but they're not stopping. That's not going away anytime soon. I said it there. I said it before. They'll at least be in 26. This 2-pack thing. They announced that initial 6. If you thought that'd be it after we had Gigantos with Shumagora after me. Yeah. After you had that and Juggernaut, but everywhere I look and I see the reviews and people are getting good reviews of this stuff, and Hasbro's sitting back now like this. I don't work for Hasbro, so I don't know that they said this. Don't hold me to this. But if I was a gambling man, I would think right now they're sitting back like this. We got them. So
yes, because
that's what I think.
Because most of them are recolors, and I was like, but like I said, I don't have an Omega Red, and then I now see this Wolverine and Silver Samurai, and I'm like,
it's amazing.
Oh, that Silver Samurai looks amazing, and that's one of them characters that I love. Like I was a little addicted to Marvel Strike Force for me. But like I had to delete it from my phone because like them damn in-app purchases, man. Cause like when you be trying to beat the game, and you be trying to build your characters up, and it be like, oh well, dang, if I spend about 15, 20 here, I have them right, and I would do that. But like one of my little fun characters was Silver Samurai. I just some level I knew I could beat. I just like, man, let me go on, speed through this jump with Silver Samurai, chop up some fools real quick. Like I just, he speaks to my like the love
part of your soul.
But no, but more specifically the love of Kung Fu flicks in my young days.
Gotcha.
I was in that Kung Fu theater era when the terrible voice dubs.
Oh yeah, who didn't grow up on Saturday morning? Cartoons.
Hey you, what are you doing here? I'll take care of you. Go on, scram.
Boy, do I remember those days, folks.
Yo, but like the Memphis joint, they will play. Everybody was kung fu fighting, like the little opening
Yeah.
like sequence, like they play that song,
Yeah.
and then going to the movie. Man, oh my God.
See the memories. See, you only get this kind of stuff through collecting, where you get these stories and memories of people. And I give Sideshow Collectibles a lot of credit. Their motto is "Let your geek side show," right? And then because in their commercial, if you go watch that ad, it actually says our culture has the ability to bring together diverse communities, and it's true. Because to his point with a con, where else would you find somebody? Well, at a con, you can find people that you normally would not put together. But you got people over, you got the anime guys over here, you got the Funko Pop guys over here, you got the Marvel Legend guys over here, you got the McFarlane guys over here, here's the NECA guys over here, here's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guys over here, here's the comic guys over here. And we're all under one roof in everybody's family. Because this culture is so strong and wonderful that we brought together, and I got to tell you, I'm so proud to be a part of it. As I said, you'll put me in a box before I leave it. I will be in this. I'm in it all the way, 100%. It's the tip that I told you. Hey, when you get into this, know that this is a lifestyle. This is not anything else. When you get into it, like if you start out, you dabble and find out it's not for you, that's different. But I promise you, spend I would say 90 days in it, but I can say 6 months. You spend 6 months in this hobby, you're already in there. But that's in there.
Yeah,
and you're gonna know.
And fortunately, I have a wife who kind of likes toy hunts. I think she likes just the excitement.
There's
and
nothing.
And like, you know, me with this grim, determined look on my face, and I'm trying to find this toy. She like, let's go on a toy hunt.
There's nothing like a toy hunt.
And I'm all like, well, now that you've twisted my arm.
This guy, there's no feeling like a toy hunt. There's no feeling like collecting. Like I said, I love it to the day I die. I'm in it 110%. You guys know it. I love the fact that I can have a podcast here where I can have fun and talk toys to you guys. Because a lot of times I talk toys and it's a little bit, it's always entertaining and fun, but sometimes it's more serious. It's not as lighthearted because sometimes we're talking about things that are crazy. Like in every community has some toxic people. But we got them, and of course the scalpers. Because it's not just in Pokemon. We have to deal with them too. If you guys think it's just the Pokemon guys, it's not just them. Not just them and the one people. We have them too. Ours are not as bad as yours. The card people buying pallets of stuff at Sam's Club. You bastards. But the rest of us, we do have it. But
I feel like I'm a minor Pokemon enemy because I'm an elementary school librarian.
I'm not trying to get canceled.
And the children be trying to play with Pokemon cards and all that mess, and I'm teaching them a lesson. And I am a petty instructor. I will take their Pokemon cards and they never see them again.
If there are any Pokemon people
hey, look, I ain't got no beef with y'all. But young children, when I'm trying to get these reading scores and TCAP scores up, you want to play with Pokemon, that is not the time, young man. I told them that. And also, in another petty moment, when I was, when I was establishing my rules for the year, I was like, these little toys, these little boo-boos, little foo-foos, I'm like, they're going to get la taken and they'll be la mine. Yeah, like I said.
Old school teaching.
I'm petty, man. Yeah. I am a petty teacher. Because I be like, you know what I'm saying? I be like, if I suffer, you'll suffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Brother Seabury for coming by for a very, very entertaining and lighthearted episode of Catch the Fade.
But yo, I used to play Pokemon Go though. Like, I got love for y'all. Like, I was, I had my Rattatas. I was a Barber. You know what I'm saying? Had my Machamp.
And I so feel like the Pokemon community will go to YouTube. I want him canceled.
No, like I said, I love y'all. I just can't have little kids, with their Machamps and Rattatas and, and what is it? What is like the little star the little shining Pikachu. Like,
I wish I could tell
like,
you I don't.
not in the middle of the library, man.
It's not my jam.
Not
Nothing
in the
against
middle of the
Pokemon
library.
people.
Yeah.
Nothing against that's just not my jam.
Yeah, it's just, at that moment, I'm trying to raise Pikachu schools, y'all.
So you know what? Shout out for raising TCAT score and trying to educate the
I'm
youth
trying.
of America.
I'm
trying
trying.
to help our youth of America. So I commend you, sir. My hat's off to
I
you
appreciate it.
for what you're trying to do, folks. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this very interesting episode of Catch the Fade podcast. You guys know I try to do this on Thursdays, but sometimes I have surprise episodes, and who knows when it may happen. That's why I say stay tuned to tell you that. But shout out to my man, Brother Seaberry, for coming through.
Man, thank you for having me. Like, because I heard about it from the King. And then, I ran into you at your place of work and share my name. And so now we doing it, people. And you were like, come on. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, I've been podcasting off and on since 2008. Hey, can I plug my ventures?
Oh, by all means, let the fans know where they can find you.
Yeah. Well, there is WBR Power Hour. I do that with my good friend Cowboy Archie. We talk about wrestling. Like, I think our next episode we're gonna talk about ECW Hardcore Heaven 1994. We'll talk about old stuff. We'll do predictions on current WWE PLEs, and we'll do a little bit of wrestling news. You can hear that wherever you listen to podcasts, and also I'm part of another, podcast collective called Kaiju World Order. And the one show I'm currently doing in that group is I'm doing Kick-Out Captain with my good buddy Chris Eaton. We're like alternate commentary for matches that we love. Normally you would turn down the volume on your TV and turn us up, and we would go through the match. But after we hit 100 episodes, we kind of took a slight detour. We're doing Lucha Underground, and the goal is to do the entire series.
That was good stuff.
We are in the middle of season 1. You get to hear us trip out about basically how thick Penta and Ray Phoenix were doing Lucha Underground. And you get to hear basically my judging black grandma anytime. Is it Mil Muertes with Katrina, the lady that's licking everybody?
Mm-hmm.
So you get to hear my judgment on that. Those are the main podcast ventures that I'm doing these days.
Anywhere on social media they can find you?
I mean, what do I really be on? I'm gonna say Instagram at Marcus Seaberry, MarkusSeaberry. I mean, I got an X account, man. I got this Twitter expecting Twitter. That's a nasty mean place. I won't be on there.
Okay.
I mean, just like my experience. But I'll be on Instagram. I am on the gram.
So there y'all have it. You have your way to get in contact with Brother Seaberry. You guys already know. If you don't, you can follow the Great Rod, and I'm reading a ticker at the bottom. Yeah, I'm cheating. On TikTok, IG, and the aforementioned X. If you need to find us, we're on Facebook as well. You can definitely follow us there. It's a great time, I promise you, and I can't say enough. Thank you to Brother Seaberry. Thank you to all of my guys out there in Mid-South Toy Hunters, Mid-South Toy Collectors. Shout out to the good brother Michael Tuning, the Kingpin, Alan Collins, who you're supposed to be on. So you need to come on down here and get into the culture cave, because we need you. We need to see the Kingpin. Of course, we'll use that future technology and kind of blow your face out so nobody can see it, because if they see you, you got to kill them. I understand that. But certainly we'll have to have you on the show 110%. And folks, I want to say again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this culture. Without you, there is no us. None of this stuff takes place. So remember, you're the reason. Shout out to My man Eddie Houston, Bud the Beyonder, and his lovely wife Carmen. Shout out to them. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else I'm leaving out? Shout out my man Jorge Chibo. I definitely wanted to shout him out. And of course, again, big thanks to Brother Seaberry for coming through here. And folks, please, until we meet again, and you know, I'm gonna get this put on a shirt, and so don't try to steal it, all right? Because I hate to see you in public with suit. But until then, we meet again. Please, folks, continue to stay collecting. Please continue to stay tuned. And above all, on behalf of Brother Seaberry, Dragon Man, Maximum Hulk, Venom, and myself, please continue to stay great. Love y'all, and we will see y'all at a con or a store or something. I'm sure we will. Pre-order